Yo, I'm gonna show you how to make this sound right here. And it's all done through Spire. There's a few VSTs that we can use on the outside third-party plugins, but let's just get started. It's 2 oscillators, so it's really simple. Just one classic saw wave. Nothing really happening in the note section of the synth, but we do want a lot of detune, so we're gonna have it halfway. If you command click detune, whether or not it's pulled up or not, it'll bring it right to 500 value, and that's what we want for this sound. The density, if you command click and then just pull up to around 700, that'll be good. 3 voices is what you want for this sound, and halfway wide. You don't want it to be too wide, but it's just helps spread the sound out a little bit. That's it for oscillator 1. Oscillator 2 is noise to help add a nice little sizzle to the top end. And that's by, you want to pull up Control A on the note section and pull down Control B all the way to the left. Basically, Control B is acting as, I think, a resonance. It's just peaking the sound at a certain frequency. And if it's up all the way, you're going to have a really resonant sounding peak. If you just don't want that, which we don't for the sound, we'll just turn it all the way to the left, and that doesn't create any resonance. Now for the cutoff section, you just want to come down and add perfecto. It stays around like 3/4 up, so you can just keep this right around here. A lot of the sound is coming through the envelope 1 and envelope 3, and I'm automating the sound as well, so it'll change all the time. But for the initial bit of envelope 1, you want the attack up just a slight bit, just in case there's any pops or clicks. It'll get rid of those. The decay, just pull up to about halfway. And the sustain, you want this to be a really sustained sound. So keep the sustain up all the way and add a little bit of release. That'll help add a little bit of tail to the sound. And now in envelope 3, this is for the cutoff, so make sure it's on how do you do this again? Yeah, filter 1 and then cut off, filter and then cut off 1. And then make sure it's pulled all the way to the right. And just about 1/4 worth of decay and a lot of release over here. That's basically the setup of the sound, and you should get something that sounds like this. And now the rest of the sound comes from the effects list here. For starters, you're gonna add chorus, a little bit of delay about halfway, and then if you command click again, you can just bring that to where it wants to be. Rate, you can keep halfway, so command click. A little bit of low cut, so you're not touching too much of the low. You can keep the high cut up all the way. Depth, right in the middle, and then you want this to be as wide as can be. I believe that mode 1 sounds alright, so we'll keep it in there. And then it's again all to personal taste, so if you want some more chorus in there, you can obviously bring it up according to how you like it. The next part that helps the sound become a lot thicker is the delay. And what we do here is you turn down everything except for the dry wet and the rate right here. So the rate you want to have decently high, so right around 700 when you're looking up right over here. You pull it up, keep it around 750-ish, and that'll create thickness to the sound. When you use it all the way wet, I found that sounded really nice for the sound. So you'll get something like this. It's like a modulated, almost vibrato type sound that you'll start to hear in the background. And then the final touch is the reverb, and that's what really spreads and makes the sound really full and wide. And that's using dry and wet all the way up. A little bit of dampness. I took off a little bit of the color because you don't want too much brightness from a sound that's already really bright. And I'm using plate 2, so you can grab that over here just by clicking on mode. And the width is just about above halfway. So with all these 3 effects on, you get this sound. But yeah, that's it for the sound, guys. It's really easy. If you need any other help or any other sound tutorials, let me know and I'll get right to it. Thank you.